orientation and not necessarily rigid, but order and structure really. And I think that most people do, especially if you're doing this as a side hustle, like if it's something that you're adding to your existing job. And even if not, if it's not your case, if you are brand new to being an entrepreneur, I think it's also helpful to have a structure. So that's this full disclosure. I did not come up with this methodology. I'm passing it to you from my coach. And it's nothing. When you see it, it's nothing huge and like revolutionary, but I feel that the simplicity of the model is what really caught my attention. And maybe that's the same thing for Lucy, that sometimes we just need simple tools to keep us on track. So the tool that I want to talk to you today is called the Gold Pyramid. And again, this is from my coach, David Bayer. And it is a structure that you would use for a period of time. So, and I'm going to show you mine, my personal gold pyramid, and then I'm going to show you kind of like a template that you will all receive. I'm going to give it to Lucy, and Lucy will post it on the Facebook perhaps. And then you can fill your own and make your own. So that's important, just to know that you want to set a period of time. It can be a month, it can be 2 months, 3 months. So it's up to you, you decide. And that's true to business. So business are cyclical, you have periods. So the first quarter, second quarter, or however you want to talk about, this periods. And we need to start like thinking like business owners, and business owners think in those terms, the beginning and the end of the month, or the beginning of the end of the quarter. So the one I'm going to show you is based on a intensive immersion, I'm going to call it, 8 weeks that I'm doing. So it's a lot of activity, but it's a lot of activity because it's only during 8 weeks. So if I was to say this is what I'm going to do for 6 months, it will burn me out. So that's why you want to match. That's what I say. You set the length of time, and based on the length of time, you want to be realistic on when you put in that pyramid. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. Am I set up? Yeah. All right. So let me know when you're able to see my screen. You see it now? Cool. So I'm going to start with my own personal pyramid. In this pyramid, my computer might get a little slow because of, Zoom and everything else I'm doing. Like you see all the windows open. So I'll just pull it out of here. Hopefully it's good. Just a full disclaimer, this is not just Purium. This is a pyramid that I created for both of my businesses. So Purium is included here. And then we're going to do one that's just for Purium amongst us. But just so you can see the idea. So on the very top of the pyramid is the revenue goal. And the revenue goal, oh, he's ringing the door again. I'm sorry, you guys. I'll be right back. The revenue goal is so important because I think that sometimes we get really got up in talking about ranks and rank advancement, but that's very abstract for the mind, right? You don't go grocery shopping with a diamond badge, or you don't pay the utilities with an executive badge. You do this with currency. And so sometimes when we get so caught up on that, I feel that we're not able to, we don't give the right instructions to our brains to do what it needs to do because it's too abstract, especially if you've never done this before, and rank advancements and all that, it's kind of new, right? So it's best to use a dollar amount in the very top. It just educates everything. The other reason is you want to claim it. You want to get clear of what that number is for you. And then again, the number is going to educate everything on the bottom of the pyramid as we go. So the other reason why I like this, and what the coach that created this model taught us, is that, you know, this is currency, and currency needs where to move. So once you have, I think that once you have a number, you start already like thinking about where you're going to use this. The reason why you came up with this number is because you know that you need this amount for this, to pay the car bill, to do this, all these other things that you have, or maybe there's some debt you want to pay, or there's some goal, something that you want to purchase. So you want to be very realistic and think in terms of what is this money and how am I going to use it? Because the currency means it moves and it's looking for impact, like impact. How am I going to how is this currency going to impact your life or the life of others? Okay. So that's how that number is going to come up. So don't just pull it out of thin air. Like think about it. Okay, I need this extra, this is my number, right? And then when you find that number, if it makes you feel a tiny bit scared, that's the number. Like if it feels like, oh yeah, I think I can do that, then that's, no, you're playing it too safe. So just stretch it enough that it feels a little bit scary, but not so much that it freaks you out. So there's a sweet spot right there. Questions about that number and how I came up with that number? Okay.
I just want to have a question. Is this monthly or it's going to be for?
This is for this is, you decide how long this pyramid is going to live for. So mine is for 8 weeks. It's 2 months. Mine is for 2 months. But again, I told everybody, this is like, I'm literally telling you what I desire. This is just both. This is both of my businesses. I think all of you know that I do run a coaching business, right? So this is different. It's a combined. That's why the number might seem large. Okay. So other questions about how to come up with that number?
No, and this is for 8 weeks. During the 8 weeks, the total.
The total at the very end, that's what I hope to be able to achieve. So if you want to do it for 1 month, then you be like, for the month of October, by the end of October, this is what I would like to achieve. And I think that doing it for short periods of time is easier because the amount is, you know, more reasonable. And what you got to do, you can probably do it again the following month, right? It's kind of like trying the formula. So, any other questions? That number needs to be exciting. It needs to like get you going. Like that number for me is like, it freaked me out a little bit. It's like, oh my God, what? Well, you know what? Yes. Okay. So on the second level, you see it says how to get there. So, oh, we're very nice. We have this on the top of the model, but then how are we going to get there? Here is where we need to get really honest about our income producing activities. So again, because this pyramid, and I'm going to switch to the blank pyramid after this level. So this pyramid, it's not just for this particular business, it's two. So you can see there that I put there the amount that will come from Purium. It's my number one. That's the dollar amount that I signed. And then I put the other two sources of my income, this much and this much. But in this case, we're only going to focus on this, right? We're focusing on Purium. So, but how to get there, this is how you want to think about it. Within the Purium business, how do you receive commissions? You can receive commission from customers and from building teams. So this will, for me, the way I see it, those are 1 and 2. So how am I going to get there? Well, I would like to have this amount of money coming from my customers. And so you start breaking that number down. So it feels more like, okay, where is this coming from? This amount of money from my customers and this amount of money from my team, from the residual, right? So just kind of start thinking about how the number is going to get to that top number. So this is still thinking number wise. okay? The second level, you're still thinking numbers. But you had to kind of break it down. And if you don't come up with a number, this is what I suggest. I feel that the brain likes to be literal. Like if you tell it, okay, I want, the 2K club. I want to hit the 2K club. That'll be customer, right? That's the way that we speak, in the business. That's a customer goal. I want to hit the 2K club. And then you come up with what that will be. And then I want to this much revenue from the rest of my team. So you can break it that way. That's one way to break it. Another one is in percentages. I want 20% of that top number to come from customers, and I want 80% to come out of the efforts of all of my team. So the number doesn't have to be a dollar number, but I do suggest that you bring a number on top of clarity to this. All right, questions about this level, how to get here? Does it seem clear? So I broke it down by dollar. And remember, like, you just kind of telling the universe this, right? This is how I want it. Thank you. So this is how I feel. Let's say that the number on the top is $5,000. And I said, like, okay, I want of those $5,000, $2,000 to come from customers and $3,000 to come from brand partners and my team. What will that do for you? That was going to educate where your energy is going to go. That breakdown tells you already where your activities are going to go. So now I'm going to shift from here to my black, because we're going to do this, right? Now, that was so you can get an idea. But this is it. This is your revenue, and this is how you gonna get there. So I said this amount of dollar from X, this amount of dollar from Y, this amount of dollar for Z. You can even say you can get X, this amount of dollar from customer, this amount of dollars from brand partners, this amount of dollars from bonuses, fast start bonuses. That's another one that you can put there. I'm gonna make this much in fast start bonuses. So you just have to kind of know the business. This forces you to understand the business too, I feel. Like, where is your money coming from? How are you making it? Now, the next level, you're going to take the ways that you decided that you're going to get to that top number, and you're going to break it down further. So let's say that our first level, I'm going to just play with it with you. I'm going to say that I'm going to make 2,000 from customers. Well, no, let's do this faster. Just for fun. And so for me to do that, for number one, what do I need to do? What do I need to do in order to make $2,000 from fast start bonuses? And that's what I need to get clear now. I'm like, well, one or two things I need to, well, the way I see it, maybe you come up with other ideas. I need to get new people through and get them started fast, like personally. I need to make the fast start a continuous conversation with all of my existing brand partners. So when they bring people on board, they're talking fast start, right? Because it's not just my personally enrolled brand partners, but the ones they enroll under my organization. And then another one, I would say maybe I start doing like a fast start theme month. And that's all we're doing, all we're talking, all we're learning, all we're studying. We're going like as a team. That's our thing. That's our theme. So we create that awareness of fast start. What other things you think you could do if that's your goal? Can anyone tell me? Like, if your goal is to get more money out of fast starts, what things could you be doing?
No, I think the fast start is like, you put it pretty easy, because if I had to have $2,000 in fast start, now I know how many I can even get one brand partner and fast start the brand partner, and right there I get well, I'm gonna get 1,500.
Right.
So if I get two brand partners, I get 3,000.
So that's good. Thank you for saying that, because I wasn't quantifying. So if I need 2,000, if I want $2,000 from Fast Start bonuses, what does that mean? How many brand partners and to what rank? Maybe I need 2 Fast Start executives. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that how it's going to happen? No, the universe is going to deliver to you in some way, but that's, you have to kind of make educated decisions based on what you know. So $2,000 is 2 Fast Start executives. So now you have that clarity. It's just so this is manifesting one-on-one, you guys. Then you have more clarity. Okay, I'm getting 2 Fast Start executives. All right, so let's say, who wants to give me an example for like goal number 2 so we can break it down?
Customers?
A customer. Okay, so what dollar amount?
Well, if I want to get the
1K, 2K?
no, I want to get the, actually, I wrote down right here, the 2K.
So 2K club. All right, so what do you have? Okay, I put here some things that are not there. There's other, sorry, disregard this. This is from the old, but this applies to us. Activate your network. You want more customers? Right? But you one way that you can get there is activating your existing customers.
Yes.
Right? What, I mean, we're gonna go outside, but you already have some customers. Wouldn't you, if you want to increase the amount of sales, go and activate all your existing customers? So maybe this means you start like checking with people from the last few months. The people that they stopped ordering recently, like, so you can get them back on board. Another one, what champions means, I've been talking about this again, this is from the methodology that I'm learning, is people that support you and are always like cheering you up, and they have maybe a vast network. They will be willing to spread the word. So if I wanted that much, I will create a group transformation. That's the easiest way to get volume for customers, is it not? Yeah. Like, start promoting a group transformation to get a 2K club and then get a lot of people to purchase a ULT, and then you get there. So that's another step that I will put here. So I said, you know, like start a group, and then go more specific. Get how many people? See? So you start a group. Oh, what's the pool? Okay, yeah, start a group. But how many people am I getting? So maybe I'm getting, you know, 7 people. Or maybe I'm personally getting 5 and the team is getting, you know, 10, and that's 17. So be very specific of what your goal is for that.
So and that one we can, all we have to do is 220 times. So if you want to get to the 2K club divided by 220. So in that one, I have to have a minimum of 9 people doing the.
Now you know, doing the group, right?
Yes.
So you want 9 people. See, doing the math. So did everyone get what Lucy just did to come up with that number? Yeah, that's kind of like, see how this makes you think like a business person? All of a sudden you're like doing numbers, and we have this thing that sometimes maybe we don't want to, but this, I don't want to say forces us, but it teaches us to do this. You had to know the numbers. Questions on this level. So we did choose 2 examples of goals. I wouldn't have more than 3 on top, because then it gets too overwhelming. Okay, you guys? Then and actually the first time, maybe just have 2 breakdowns here, so it doesn't, so you get used to using the tool. Questions about breaking down the top level into the smaller activities. Okay, quiet, you're so quiet today. Okay. The last level, it says break it down further. So here's where you're gonna get, because here you know, okay, I'm gonna do an ULT and I need 10 people. I'm going to activate my existing customers. And we say for the fast start, I'm going to get 5 new brand partners, and 3 are going to go for the fast start. And in my team, I'm going to help them do the same, or you'll figure that out. But now here is where it gets funky. This is what you need to do every day. See, you're just going and then expanding to the daily thing. So if I'm going to get a fast start, $2,000 in fast start, which we established was 2 executives, what do I need to do? I need to start prospecting business partners more. So maybe revisit my brand partner list, and then focus on that. How many do I talk to every day? Or maybe I start doing Facebook Lives specifically speaking business language, right? Because you want to attract these people that would want to go to executive fast. Maybe I do a presentation for my team and explain the fast start really well and make sure they understand it, right? So this is what you're going to do further. And this is more activity oriented. See, the top one, you're still talking about numbers, kind of. But here you're going right down to activity. So I need to do X and Y and Z daily to accomplish, and then you go through each of them. I need to do X, Y, and Z weekly. So you can go weekly if daily feels too much. You can just break it down weekly. I need to schedule X amount of hours for Y. I think I put an example here. So upline activities 3 times per week. So what does that mean? Maybe 3-way calls 3 times a week. That's my activity. Customer care hours and reorders. So I'm going to do customer care 3 times a week. I'm going to call my customers and ask them for reorders 3 times a week. These are examples of activities. I'm going to start a group. I'm going to schedule it and start promoting it. What day? This day. So you get more specific to what you're doing. If you're creating a group, you do the event and the graphics. I put here, maybe you do your own opportunity call or a training call. How many times a month? These are examples. You don't have to do all this, so don't get overwhelmed. I'm just trying to give you ideas, okay? Take a deep breath and breathe it out. I know how this feels. You're like, wow, how am I going to do all that? And this could be in 3 months, you guys. It just doesn't have to be in 1 month. Prospecting X amount of new people daily and adding a Y amount of names to my list. You choose that number, but remember, it has to make sense for what you put on top. So that's how you know sometimes how we lie to ourselves. I'm just going to prospect 3 people a week, and then, but I want to make $5,000 a month. You know that that's not in alignment with your pyramid. That pyramid doesn't have a strong base. It's going to collapse. That base is how you build that. So the base has to be clear and strong and realistic, right? And schedule brand partner coaching co-host hours. Okay, how often you're gonna talk to your team? Okay, every day around 10, I'm gonna call somebody or call 3 people. And talk to 1 motivated brand partner every day. It's something you could be doing, okay? These are examples. Can you come up with the ideas of what can go here, or do you have questions of what goes in the base? The base is the foundation. These are your activities, your revenue creating activities, and you choose them. You choose what to do. It's up to you and how often and for how many hours. And my suggestion is do the ones that you are good at and that are working for you. The ones that are working for you, focus. Don't make yourself struggle and put all kinds of things that you haven't done just yet. Maybe challenge yourself with one, but do what's working for you. I would say definitely the upline activities are important there to create accountability. Questions? Ideas or what could go down there? Can someone throw some ideas more specific than what I have there? Because those are kind of vague.
Well, I said once that because I can email this, right, Maria? I'll email it to you, and this is what I suggest for all of us to do on your because this is the second time that I'm seeing it, and believe it or not, this is it gets clear now. The first time it was like, oh, a little bit too much, but now it's clear. So why don't we do this? I send it to you, to all of you, and then we visit again this, so that way, in case you have questions, because I'm sure my mind is already, okay, what do I put in here on the bottom? What do I do here? We have to put the activities, the real activities, unless if you want to accomplish the revenue over here, we have to put real activities right here for this number to
and it could be like 3 activities, you guys. You just do them all the time. That looks like it, like there's a lot of stuff at the bottom, but it's because I was coming up with examples, hopefully in the hopes that I will help you. But maybe all you do is like, you go Facebook Live, you talk to people, and you add 2 people to your list every day. And the third one is you talk to your motivated brand partners. Those are your 3 activities. But then you do them every day. So it doesn't have to be like a million activities. I'm a firm believer of consistency. And like I said, doing the ones that you know they work. And then eventually you'll realize there might be space for more, and then you choose. But Lucy is right. The first time I saw this, I'm like, oh gosh. And so what I did is that I drew it with a marker, and Adam's there, so he knows. And I did it with like handwritten and color, and just to try to make it cheery, because this for me was like so like just, I don't know, not fun. And I did it, and it looked better, and then I share it. So if you want to do it in a piece of paper and take a picture and post it on our Facebook, it'll be fun, just based on what you now understand. Don't judge it. Don't get all caught up on like if it's perfect. Just go through the exercise, and then maybe do it a second time if you want to get fancy and do it this way, like in the computer, like do it that way. But the important thing is that once it's done, you got to see this thing every day and be honest with yourself. Are you even doing these things? And if you're not, like our coach says, don't go into suffering. My suggestion is like call someone, because just to get you out of that mindset. There you, oh, I'm so bad. I'm lazy. I'm not doing it. None of that. Just like, okay, I need to redirect. What can I do to redirect? I'm going to call someone to help me get going again. And then share this. This is and what you're feeling. And then get yourself out of that space and keep on going. So by seeing it, I have it posted by my bedroom. I see it every day. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I haven't done that yet. But I'm like, okay, now it's back in my awareness. Gotta get back in there. So if you do it and it stays in your computer, you're never gonna see it. I feel that we have to print it and have it and make it a habit of looking at it. And then just take one little thing at a time and plug it in your daily. I mean, look how old-fashioned I am. I have got one of these. Put it in one of these. Or just plug it in your Google Calendar. So I think that's all I have. With this helpful ideas, suggestions to improve it too. I'm open. I mean, I didn't come up with this thing.
Yeah, my suggestion is for all of us to visit the compensation plan and see this number that if we're talking, if you're going to do it, because this is what excites me for all of you, because my only revenue is Purium, right, in my stocks, which is not growing. It's growing, but not like to the fast that I wanted. But visit the compensation plan, so that way you know the number that's going to be here. because based on what level you want to get, it's going to give you the number right here. And then based on the number, you're going to see how many fast start you're going to have, the K club. And then you're going to see, oh, to get to this number, I need to have a diamond underneath me. So that way you can rank advanced to green diamond, to blue diamond. So let's visit the compensation plan. I'm going to look at the, in case you need help, I'm going to look, I'm looking at the calendar, and hold on, I'm in the wrong month. We're in October, right?
Yeah.
October, yeah, I'm like, okay. October, and today is the 6th. Okay, so we can do, I believe, on Friday, we can visit the compensation plan, so that way we know, and we can come back with it with our own. Like Maria said, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw it in a big piece of paper, so that way I can have enough, and I'm going to do it with a pencil, so that way I can erase. When I come back to you guys, I can erase things. Okay. But yeah, that's an idea if you guys want to do it as a team. And
I like I said, I did it when I first learned it on paper, and then everybody else in our group started getting fancy with this computer model thingy, and I was joking, and I'm like, oh my God, you guys so fancy pens. I'm just taking pictures on my paper. And someone sent me that I share it with you. It's like, here, you can be fancy with us. But up until now, Kosha, someone that's in my team, taught me, and the way the brain works, it's like if you draw it, and if you even do like little doodles and colors and things, the brain actually absorbs the information better, remembers better, and creativity explodes, and it's like your manifestation, the manifestation principle. It's I feel it's a better place to get going when you do it like that.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea too. I like to see things.
And pyramids are powerful.
Yes. So that's what I suggest. What do you guys? And the thing I like it the most, okay, because I have to consider that most of the people they have this is not their own revenue. This is not their own business. So put your other business in there. Don't be afraid, because I don't mind, you know. I understand. So put your business. How much do you want to do, so that way we can help you to do your whole
so it feels balanced. Yeah, I feel I did it that way because then I know my bandwidth. And again, the way that is going to be coming to me, those 19K, it's probably not exactly how I did, because the universe knows what's best for me. I'm welcoming it however it comes, but at least I figured it out.
Yeah.
Good, thank you. I hope that, this was helpful. Let's all draw our own pyramids.